Hi, this is a short training video on how to use RoboReception LeadTracker. So hopefully your board has already been set up by your admin contact within your practice to make it as usable as you possibly can for you in your practice. If you've got any updates you want made, have a chat with them, and if you're not sure who that is, then get in touch with us here at RoboReception and we can help you out. So you'll notice on your LeadTracker that there are lots of different columns, and these columns are a step in your patient journey. And the goal is to move your new inquiries from that first left-hand column all the way across to consultation booked or treatment started, however far in your journey your practice has decided to go. Now, all of your new inquiries will arrive in that first left-hand column, and they will arrive from, if you have our chatbot, if you have a contact form on your website, if you have online referral forms, if you paid Facebook, Google ads, if you've got landing pages, all of those various different marketing channels will all arrive here in your new inquiries column automatically. The only ones you and your team will need to add are your walk-ins and inbound phone calls that you guys need to speak to. Now, if you've got RoboReception Remote set up at your practice, any new inquiries, again, will automatically be added, but if it's somebody that you at the practice speak to, you'll need to add those. Now, every card on your LeadTracker has a due date, and the due date is what keeps your LeadTracker alive, so you will know when you need to be contacting various different people. So you'll notice there's lots of colour coding on your board, and that will be related to the due date of the card. So if the due date is in the future, you'll know I don't need to do anything about those. They're going to turn green on the day I need to do something. If after 24 hours they've not been actioned and updated, they're going to turn amber, and after 48 hours they'll turn red. So you can see instantly how long those leads have been waiting to be followed up and how much you need to be doing that day to keep on top of those leads. So effectively it's going to form your to-do list. Now in the top right hand corner here, you've got a filter. So you can view just those that are overdue, you can view just those that are due today, or you can, if you want to, check if there are any that are due date, for example. The most important thing is to make sure that any cards that are green, amber or red, you're actioning to make sure that you're keeping on top of all your leads and following those up as efficiently as possible and following your practice timeframes of when they want the leads to be followed up. You've also got a search feature over here in the top right hand corner, and that means that you can search for a patient. So if somebody returns a call, for example, and you need to find them on LeadTracker, you can put their name in there and then that will bring up your patient card for you. Now, looking at one of these contacts, for example, this is a chatbot inquiry, but likewise, if it's a website contact form or any other different source, the relevant information will go into that top right-hand corner and the contact information will be pulled out into the bottom right-hand corner. So you've got the contact detail there. Hopefully you're going to give that patient a call, have a great conversation with them, and ideally get them booked in. Whatever happens during that phone call, whether you've spoken to them or you've left them a voicemail, we encourage you to write notes. So any contact you have with that patient, whether it's actual contact or attempted contact, in the same way you do with clinical notes, we suggest that you make some notes of what that conversation was or what the action was. So you can write left voicemail or a great big long story that Mrs. Smith told you about going on holiday and wanting to have her teeth straightened. Whatever it is, we encourage you to make that notes. That means that whoever in your practice is logging in to your LeadTracker, they can all see exactly what's happened and what stage that patient is at in their conversation with you. So they're not going to have to repeat those conversations. It's going to look to the patient like you've really understood them, listened to them, and shared that information with the team as well. So it's going to give you a great customer service as well. Now, if you've not got hold of this patient for whatever reason, you might choose to email or send them an SMS. And as long as there's an email address and phone number down here, you can do that through LeadTracker. So if you click on emails, you can send an email. So you might want to click on subject line, and over time your list of subject lines will automatically be generated. But initially when you start doing it, you're going to have to free type those until the system learns what messages you want to have in there. And then you can write your message in here. So whatever it might be. Obviously yours is going to be more detailed than this, but this is just for demonstration purposes. You might want to include some links in there, or you can attach them before and after, whatever you want to do. And then you'd press send, and that goes to your patient, and the email address it will come from is your practice name at roboreception.co.uk. So it doesn't get stuck in spam, and it looks like a genuine email because in their inbox, you've got the practice name there. Now, a similar thing can happen with your SMS. So you can send an SMS and you might choose to send the same message, or you might choose to send something different. So you can send a message like that. And that again will go out to that patient and it will arrive to their email or their phone immediately as soon as you've sent it. And what this means is you can be building up an activity feed. So you can see we've left a voicemail, you can see we've sent them an email, and you can see we've sent them an SMS. And as those patients start to respond to your emails and SMS messages, they will start to show in here as well. So eventually you'll have the patient's responses added to here as well. Now, if and when a patient does respond to that email or SMS, you're going to get a little icon, the same we have with Ted Hewitt down here. So you can see Ted's left us a message, so we can click and see what that is. Thank you, please can you call me tomorrow? So you can then obviously reply to that message, or you can make a note to call that patient tomorrow by making sure you've updated the due date, however you want to action that in your practice. Now, there are other ways of communicating with your patients rather than just doing the one-to-one free typing email or SMS. Your admin contact at your practice will have set up your automated message flows. If they haven't, let me know and we can arrange that with them. There's a separate training video for them to show them how to do that. Now, what you need to do here is, depending on what type of treatment that patient is interested in, and also what type of message flows your practice has set up, you can click the most relevant one, activate it, and that will then drip feed through emails and SMSs to those patients over the coming days and weeks. That doesn't mean to say that you don't still need to outbound call them, but it does mean that they're going to get consistent regular messages from you over the coming days so that you're going to stay top of their mind. I still recommend that you call them because that's the best way to contact your patients, but this is a great way for them to book themselves online if you've got that availability on your website, see some before and afters, see some case study videos, whatever content you can include in these automated messages. Now, one thing that you will need to do once you've finished effectively with this lead for today is to update some of the details. So there are more details to update on the first time you've contacted with a patient, and then after that there's fewer. So if you click the edit card in the top right hand corner, you'll see that you get some more information that you can update. So you can, if you want to, change the description or update it however you want to. You can change the source of your inquiries. However, what I would say is that for most of your inquiries, that will automatically be added. But for those walk-ins and inbound phone calls that you speak to, this is where you can select the reason that those patients have found you, how they've heard about you, and select that from the drop-down list. Or if, for example, someone's told you that actually, yes, I've contacted you via a chatbot, but it was my sister that told me about you, you might want to change that to word of mouth. So you can use that there. You can select which clinician you think this patient might be suitable for. This is optional. Quite a few of these fields are optional, but we suggest the more you use it, the more it's going to become valuable to you. So if you've spoken to this patient and they sound like a particular type of patient with a particular type of need that you know is going to be most suitable for one of your clinicians, then you can select that one, and it tells the rest of the team who you're looking to book that patient with. You can select which type of treatment that patient might be interested in, and you can assign a value. Now, the value can be associated or added rather either at this stage, so you could have as a practice a nominal value that you add per treatment type, or some practices choose to do it at treatment plan stage. So it's completely up to you, but make sure as a team you've agreed how you would do that. Now, the two most important things to update when you're looking to update your cards are the due date. So when do you next want to contact that patient? So if, for example, at this practice, we've left a voicemail, we've emailed and we sent them an SMS and we've not had a response from them, then we would say that we want to contact them again tomorrow. So I would change the due date to tomorrow, and I would also then change the patient journey step. So which of your columns do you want to move that patient to outbound call one? And that's the rules in my practice, but in your practice it might be slightly different. So as a team, again, work out how many days between each contact, how frequently are we going to be contacting them, how many times are we going to be contacting them, what channel do we want to contact them, and make sure that you all know what those are. So again, you're going to be consistent. Once you've done that, you can press save, and this card will then move across to the relevant column. So you'll see here, we've got John Lovell, he's moved over here. His card's white because we've dealt with him today. We don't need to do anything with it at the moment, but tomorrow that card will turn green, and you'll know then I need to do something with John. You'll be able to go in, see the notes, and be able to action it and outbound call that patient again. Now, if you want to, you can change the due date from this view, or you can click the edit card and it will open the card in edit mode, or you can move it to a different column as well. So you just click the three dots and choose which of those you wish to do. And that's it. LeadTracker is that simple. It's really straightforward. You can't break it. We encourage you to have a play. So if you want to create a card for yourself and have a play, send yourself some emails, set yourself some due dates, see what happens, then absolutely do that. If you'd like it to do something and you can't figure out how, then again, get in touch, because there's usually a way we can figure that out with you. But also we have our in-house development team, so we can help you do that and make some changes from our side as well. If there's any questions, then get in touch with support@roboreception.co.uk. But in the meantime, good luck and have fun.